the chairman, panel of judges, okay, thank you, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. We stand for the motion AI improves the quality of education. You may ask, what is AI? AI is the field of computer science focused on creating machines or software that can perform tasks typically and require human intelligence. AI has really helped to make work faster and easier. Our co-debaters who are against the motion use AI for their research, which not because they are not smart or they are lazy, but to have more efficient points and elaborate on them in a simple form. That's why they use it. So AI has really helped us. With the AI, you just have to charge your phones or have like good internet connection to use them. So you can use it 247 anywhere you are. If you don't understand anything, you can have it to use it by yourself. Like, you might not understand any question, your teacher might not be around, but the AI will help you to understand. And this flexibility allows learners to study when they feel most motivated, leading to better retention of information. Instant answers. AI quickly explains difficult topics in simple words. Saves teachers time. Automates routine tasks so teachers can focus more on teaching. The future of AI is not about replacing humans. It's please and done.
Main speaker from Grade Informant.
Start.
Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, ladies and gentlemen, co-debaters, accurate timekeeper, all protocols observed. My name is Rini and I'm standing with Group 3 and 4 on the motion that AI harms the quality of education now. So, in summary, AI is a tool made of artificial intelligence that helps to solve tasks, simplifies life activities, and gives us inspiration for general work issues. Now, I'll be talking about ways that AI harms the quality of education. My first point being that AI is not always accurate. Let me take an example from our math lessons. Calculus. Sometimes you can depend on AI, but the answers that you get will not always be correct, which is why it harms the quality of education. Because in solving math problems, you need your answers to be accurate, because these math problems are what you are going to use to build machines and other tools and devices. So if your fundamentals are not right, your machines or whatsoever you are working on is not going to work. AI also leads to academic dishonesty. We have so many cases nowadays where we find students cheating. By cheating, I mean using AI to do their homework, using AI to write their college essays, using AI to solve their problems that they are supposed to do on their own. Because when you go to the working field, it's the human being who's going to work. It's not the AI who's going to work for you. So if throughout your whole academic journey, you have been using AI to do your homework, to answer your questions, when you are at the front line of where you're actually supposed to work, you will not know what you are supposed to do, because you use AI to cheat. And then also, it's not fair to our colleagues who also use their brain to learn, because someone cannot come and sit down for hours of learning and you just come and use AI to pass your exams, and in the end you expect to get the same result. It leads to unfairness and dishonesty in the academic field. Now, my next point is also AI leads to unemployment. For example, let's take our painters and artists for example. Now, you barely see people going to artists to get a portrait of themselves, because we think, oh, we can just use an AI to make ourselves look like, I can take a picture here right now and ask the AI to make my background like I'm at a beach or something. So artists and painters or people of such employment sections, they are losing their jobs. Also teachers as well, because we go to school to learn, and the teachers are supposed to teach us and help us to acquire knowledge. So if we say we are always going to depend on AI, which is not even always accurate, the teachers will end up losing their jobs. So yeah, that leads to unemployment. Yeah, my last point is that AI doesn't always have up-to-date information. Basically I'm saying AI is not always up-to-date. So you can't always rely on AI for life and death situations, because it's not always up-to-date. Which is why you also have to stay current with human interactions to know what is actually going on. Because AI, as I said, is not always accurate. Thank you.
But factually wrong without double checking may be misleading to what
Sometimes AI may say due to the checking of the information and update to reduce error may be reliable than many online resources. Due to the dependence of many students almost depends on everything that AI says sometimes, like yeah, the actually students art of everything, so they will just rely, they might not think on what is right or wrong.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Right. So I'm Senam, and I'm here to disagree honestly what my opponent, the main speaker, said. Now, the first point she raised was simply loss of critical thinking and creativity. AI does not replace thinking, it actually enhances it. When used wisely, AI tools help students brainstorm, test ideas, and see different perspectives. It supports inquiry-based learning and encourages students to ask better questions, not just easy answers. So what the AI does is it gives the points out. Now students watch the points that the AI has given out and brainstorm. That is what we call point development. So the AI does not just give easy answers, but helps the students brainstorm to get ideas for better productivity. Now, she also said AI has brought about the displacement of jobs, for example, teachers. Now, AI is not here to replace teachers, but it is here to empower them. Teachers can use AI to automate grading, real-time insights into student progress, and personalized lessons. This frees them up to focus on mentoring the student engagement, that's the human side of education. So the AI actually assists the teacher in how to handle the class, not replace the teacher. So the teacher can use the AI to help with grading systems and other systems that will help the students, so that the teacher can focus more on the individual students and see how well they can perform in class. Now, she also talked about emotional detachment. AI isn't meant to replace emotional support. AI tutors don't get tired or frustrated, or for some students, especially those with anxiety or learning difficulty. AI provides a safe space to learn with their own pace without judgment. I'll take it again. AI isn't meant to replace emotional support, it augments it. AI tutors don't get tired or frustrated, or for some students, especially those with anxiety or learning difficulties. AI provides a safe space to learn at their own pace without judgment. She also talked about over-reliance on technology. Yes. All tools, from calculators to books, can create dependency if misused. A very clear example is in exams where they said no calculators allowed. Some students can even still smuggle the calculators into the exam hall and still get the answers that they want. Or in a typical classroom setting, when a teacher gives a work to a student to actually work with their brain, the student can just take a simple calculator during class hours and just do the answers real quick without having to use a paper or a pen to do these workings. So you saying that there is over-reliance in technology, I don't really agree with it, because the solution isn't to avoid the technology, but to teach the digital responsibility. When guided properly, students learn how to use AI as a complement, not a crutch. Thank you.
Can we have one rebuttal?
Alright, since I have just 5 minutes, I'll be debunking 4 main points that I got from both Senam and my Ishura. Yes, and Ishura. Thank you. So the first point she mentioned was personalized learning. So although personalized learning might be good, it reduces student and teacher relations and student relations. For example, if there's a group work and I'm supposed to discuss with my peers to understand and debate on a topic, would rather prefer to just put the question in AI and get the answers and present it to the classroom. This is bad because it limits our understanding and it limits our deep thinking. It's also bad when it comes to student and teacher relations, because if a student wants to maybe ask for support or for decision-making advice from a teacher, they prefer to just maybe I want to ask a question in class. I prefer to maybe not pay attention in class and just search for the question after class by myself and get the answer. This is bad because students tend to need emotional support. So as you already know, AI does not have any emotions, so it can't provide the emotional support that students might need. And secondly, my opponent mentioned that students can have access to AI 24/7. This is bad because it leads to procrastination. So if, let's say, I have a progressive maybe tomorrow, normally I should have started today for the progressive from about a week ago, but I rather prefer to wait 30 minutes to the progressive and just put maybe the topic in AI and just read all the summarized points it can give me and go and write the progressive. This is bad because it obviously limits my understanding to the topic, and it will not allow me to put in my full capacity into my progressive. Aside that, you also mentioned that AI saves time for the teacher. This is bad because it leads to unemployment. If everyone is relying on AI instead of relying on teachers, the job of teachers begin to become less valuable, and this will lead to unemployment. It also leads to over-reliance. Although my opponent said that you can also use calculators in an exam hall, it is less difficult to use AI to cheat in an exam hall than to use a calculator. Because for a calculator like this, if I have an odd math question, I can't use the calculator to solve all the functions and all the logarithm and all the other topics in odd math that I'm supposed to provide answers for. But for AI, I can put the question in it and it will give me the procedure to the question and it will give me the answer too. This is bad because although AI saves time, most of the answers are wrong. According to AI itself, 60% of AI generated answers are usually wrong. This is because AI is also not up to date. So if I'm supposed to give an answer to a question that requires maybe an answer in the span of this year, maybe the AI might provide information that has not been updated and maybe it's limited to 2024. This is bad because obviously the answer I'm going to provide is wrong. Maybe if I had opened a textbook instead, I would have probably gotten the answer and gotten more insight into the topic that I already got. Yeah. Lastly, they also mentioned that AI helps students brainstorm. This is wrong because AI gives straight up answers. AI gathers information from human expertise and summarizes it into little installments for you to read and get your answers. Meanwhile, a textbook will provide about 6 to even 10 pages on one topic, and you get a lot of information, a lot of insight on a topic, even though some of the information might not be necessary at the moment. Aside that, I would like to add my own personal point that AI reduces lack of richness and originality. So although AI will help you, for example, literature, you want to write a poem on maybe death. That's the question you're supposed to answer. You're supposed to write a poem on death. Although AI will help you write the poem on death, the poem wouldn't be as rich as if you wrote it with your own understanding. Because as humans, we have emotions and we have experience. And this allows our literature and our artwork to be more touching and more piercing than AI would do. Thank you.
Cheating is something that's already been in the system for a long time. So we bringing AI to it, it's just enhancing it. Like my main person said, we didn't say that cheating was not there in the first place. The point was that AI enhances cheating. So AI has basically come to help in the cheating progress, and it doesn't really help in education, because for something that we can learn ourselves and understand, instead of trying and learn it, we would rather put it in AI, and then since to give us the answers, we don't really get to understand what we are trying to learn. And then because of that, since they are saying that it will be easy to clear history and all that, it's not really easy. They're easy to catch people who use AI and all that. People are constantly learning new things about AI. because AI, they're always bringing new features on it, and people learn how to clear history and all those kind of stuff. So if you are saying that, oh, people who use AI, they can clear history and all that, and they won't be caught, it's not valid. And for the second point, she said we spoke about AI being inaccurate. She said that the people who created AI were human beings, and as for that fact, because of that, AI can also make mistakes. This is the reason why we can't rely on AI too much, because we have teachers who we can go to when we have problems, and they can update us on the right way to solve mathematical issues and such stuff. If you try to put mathematical equations into AI, it may not give you the way that you are supposed to like solve the question, because for all mathematical equations there are different ways to solve them. It's not only one method that you can use to solve mathematical equations, and maybe if they are grading you, they'll use that certain method they taught you. So if you can put it to AI and then they give you a different method that you've never even seen before, and they are copying blindly, the teacher may just give you everything wrong, because that's not what they taught you in the first place. So because of that, you can't rely on AI. You have to go to your teachers to try and understand what they taught you, instead of trying to personal learning. You want to learn it yourself because you don't understand, and maybe you're too shy to ask in class. You can meet the teacher one-on-one and ask the teacher, oh please, this I didn't understand, can you please explain for me to understand, because maybe the AI, what you may give me is not the method you taught me. So I want to try and understand it the way you taught us. So I don't think AI is still accurate, because even though humans are the ones who created AI, human beings are the ones who can update us on the things they teach us faster than AI being able to update us on it. Yeah.
So I want to talk about taking away human expertise. So as my fellow opponent said, he said there are 6 humans. Well, I disagree, because like if like AI helps like humans, like there's no going to be any creativity. Like new ideas are not being formed. So like there's no going to be there's no going to be innovation, which will bring like further improvements and like stuff into the educational field. So I disagree with this with my opponents. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Clap for him.
Take from it. Now, we all know that humans are not perfect. Humans too can give inaccurate information. I can go and take a newspaper or an article or a textbook, and they can all give me inaccurate information. They can all reduce my productivity. We are not supposed to heavily rely on the artificial intelligence. If you allow that to manipulate what you think about the world and you go onto the internet, then that is a you problem. Because we must understand that artificial intelligence is a tool, and if we are not able to manipulate it well, then that is a problem for the human race and the human generation, because this is a blessing that's been given to us and we are mishandling it. So it's not the fault of the artificial intelligence, it's our fault. Secondly, I want to talk about the fairness and the cheating aspect. We all know that cheating is something that has existed for hundreds of years, and not only in academics, in other fields as well, financially, economically, in the government. Cheating is something that has existed for a long time. So you saying that artificial intelligence enhances cheating is quite incorrect, because if, let's say, I'm supposed to write an article and I copy from a newspaper or a textbook and I put it there, you will never know that I copied from a textbook. But for artificial intelligence, if I copy and paste something and give it to, let's say, the facilitator or whoever is supposed to take my article, there is another form of artificial intelligence that can track whatever you did, and you'll be called out for it. Please, do you understand? So the fact that we are saying that artificial intelligence enhances cheating is quite wrong, because we are not thinking about the positive side of it, and we are always thinking about the negative side of it, which I think is a problem with human mentality as well, because this is future and this is an evolution, and we are supposed to adapt to it instead of complaining about it. So if you say that it enhances cheating and plagiarism is something that's existed for a long time. Someone can take a piece of paper into the exam hall and they can cheat from it, and you will never know. But someone can copy and paste something and you would know, because there's a tracker on it. I've written an exam where there was a camera on me and it was AI. But if I wrote an exam where there was no camera on me and there was a human facilitator, a human invigilator, and I was slick enough to hide it from them, then I've gone free.
But in the case of the AI, I didn't go free. So please, let's take into consideration all this, and let's not blame the AI for things that we can't control. We can control it. It's an evolution. It's our future, and we are the ones who are responsible for taking care of it. Thank you.
Good morning.
I'm here to talk about 2 points. One being superficial learning. If AI is only used for students, yes, learning suffers. But in a guided setting, AI can deepen learning by providing multiple explanations, examples, and instant feedback. Something human teachers can't always do as skill. For example, maybe a teacher can give you a work that you may not understand, but when you go home, it's your homework. You have to do it by yourself. So you can go to AI for assistance and other help to help you with your work. The second point I'm going to talk about is AI being unreliable. AI is something we need to integrate AI with this structured educational system. Instead of banning it out of here, educators and government should work together to regulate and curate high quality AI tools. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, I'm going to make 2 points, and the first one is to debunk the point that they made on AI replacing teachers or the job displacement of teachers.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm here to debunk what my fellow debaters said. Some of them stated that AI doesn't assist human beings, like education-wise and in our sectors. I'm here to say that they are wrong, because when it comes to education, teachers may not be able to explain everything that happens in class, because sometimes the information may be like too much for someone to understand, because not everyone may be on the same level as other people. Some may be slower when it comes to learning. So when it comes to AI, you can like put their questions into AI. AI gives them a feedback for them to understand it better, and like that will aid them in education and like help them learn better by themselves and more efficiently. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, madam.
So people say that AI doesn't help with brainstorming ideas, but it really depends on how you use AI, because if you use it for things not needy, you might not have the creativity when like you use AI for things like that don't have much purpose. So if you use AI for things that are actually that will help you in the future, then you can actually brainstorm your own ideas. Thank you.
Yeah. Next person.
The CEO of Google said it best. The future of AI is not about replacing humans, but it's about augmenting human capabilities. So I want to touch on some few points which are quite alarming. For example, Grammarly and all kinds of plagiarism checks. You know, nowadays, when we genuinely would write our essays, but then we would put them in these kind of checks that will make us enhance our essays. It's not like we are not doing it on our own. We are doing it individually. But then when you use this kind of systems, you will then discover new words and even improve your essays. And also, cheating is up to you. Cheating is up to you. You can decide to cheat. If you don't trust AI, why would you even use it to cheat? And for medical records, nowadays, you can't be writing everyone's sicknesses and be jotting it down in books and pens and everything. Now we have systems in many hospitals where we can keep records of all kinds of issues, and stress release on principals and other people in the education fields. So this is really helping them, because when you give the stress on these principals and other teachers, it will make life very difficult, because you cannot be a teacher and be teaching and be jotting down assignments. You cannot be writing down reports AI would help you. And then when AI is helping you, it doesn't mean it's generating a report for you. You are inputting the grades, you are doing everything. It's just trying to help you and trying to modify everything. And then from our previous Dash lessons, we learned about how the water system and how the Dash people created a water blockage system where it was going to try and stop the water from flooding the country. This is all AI. This AI, they basically created a kind of simulation, a visual simulation where they will use to picture how it's going to work. Because a human can actually do it, but you can't just do it on your own. You need a kind of visual representation of how it's going to work. You can't just sit down and just decide, oh, I'm going to build a bridge. You need to modify it using AI and other kinds of like sources. You can't just start to just build a bridge. And then these AI like facilities would help you to picture it and would even provide you with the kind of effects that you come across when you try to use it. And it will also give you the best kind of way to also go about the whole issue. Thank you.
So, me personally, I use ChatGPT for everything, like every single thing. So it will make more sense for me to be like for the notion that AI is like very helpful in things. But when you actually sit down and think about it, I started using ChatGPT to study for my A-levels in January. And when I first started, I was using the free version of ChatGPT. But because I wanted everything to be so simple, I was so greedy. Like I wanted everything I was understanding to be so simple. So I decided to pay for the plus, and that's like $40. So from January to June, I was paying like monthly subscriptions for ChatGPT Plus. So that's like $240. Not only is it expensive, like I became so over reliant on that thing. Like if ChatGPT is down, I cannot learn. Most of the time we had a progressive, then they took our Chromebooks, and I had no ChatGPT. Me too. I've never in my life have I opened a textbook so that I'm come to sit down, open it and read. I've never done that before. So when they took my Chromebook, no AI, I didn't learn. I just left with a progressive. They did what I can. I didn't do my best. So I feel like in the future, as time goes on, people will become so lazy, so dependent, like, because human beings are just so greedy. We just want the easiest, fastest, quickest solutions as possible. And that's what I did. And I feel like that was very, very bad, because I did end up like having a few potholes in my provision tactics. Yeah. So AI really helped me, but then also it has made me lazy. Even right now, as I'm in the house, like when I wake up, I'll ask my ChatGPT, what should I eat? Ask my ChatGPT like, what workout routine should I do today? Ask my ChatGPT, oh, so should I do Chinese lessons or I should watch TV? Like I don't know how to think for myself again. Like I'm always using ChatGPT. So I feel like AI, it has its pros, but its cons are also very damaging to human life. Yes.
I'm here to give out points about the disadvantages of AI on education. Firstly, human beings were made to think for ourselves, and using the AI kind of dampens that ability. So we become like brainless zombies, basically, like using AI for everything. Like what she said, like she uses it for like a daily routine, what she eats, what she does like during the day. And like that's not how we were made. We were made to like do things like according to like our programming, like how God created us, as Christians say. Like AI is beneficial to like daily lifestyles, but like if you overuse it, it becomes a challenge, because like you are not getting, you're not using your potential, like you're not getting it to the fullest, and it's not really something that you can't do. It's just like laziness, and you're using it because like it's there. Like if it wasn't there, you can still survive without it. But like nowadays, like people have covered it and like have used it as like an excuse to be like, oh, you can use it and then like it makes your life easier and stuff like that. And like all you're doing right now is just making your situation worse.
Volume.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so earlier on, our opponent mentioned that AI is not here to replace teachers, but however, it is here to free teachers to focus on other things needed by the students, such as emotional support. However, I believe that it is better for the student to have a teacher-student relationship, because probably, let's say you are struggling with mathematics and you go and tell the teacher that we are struggling with this topic. While you are speaking to the teacher can give you like tips on how that probably worked for him or her during high school. Maybe high school, the teacher can relate to you that they also struggle with mathematics. But waking up early at dawn to solve like past questions and doing things. So these kind of things, you can ask the AI and it can give you tips. But then there's a saying that goes that experience is the best teacher. So I'm of the view that also emotional support, through opening up to teachers about the struggles you have in certain subjects, can pave the way for the teacher to help with emotional support. Probably you are telling, maybe when you go and speak to a teacher about a topic or something that you're struggling with, then it can, one thing leads to another, and you can open up about social problems or family problems that are going, and the teacher can share advice with you. But this one, if you are going to AI to just ask about how to solve a certain question, probably there are other problems or issues that you have can't. So I believe that it is much better for students to have teacher-student relationship than rely on the AI for
The effect of AI on job displacement for educators. So personally, I feel like many people are unemployed, right? And like AI helps like teachers and other educators take up like new jobs or like new roles, like tech assisted like roles, and and it also creates like opportunities for like professional growth, because like for example you can't just like, for example, you're going for like a job interview, right? You can't like AI has to technology has to be present, to be able to get you the service and questions. Because if for example, transport is expensive, right? So if for example they give you a certain area, this way I'm supposed to be to get your job interview done, it's going to be expensive. It's money is expensive. So AI has to be present, technology has to be present, so that you can be able to get to where your destination.
Good afternoon, sorry. It's going to base on the teachers' points. So we have teachers out there who teach more than 50 students. We cannot expect the teacher to have time for each and every one person to provide emotional support for children. That's why AI is there to help us. AI is there, it gives us help. We can also say that any answer the AI gives us is wrong, but especially maths, equations and stuff like that. There's a saying that there's so many ways to kill a cat. So there are different ways to solve a question. So you cannot expect that the solution the AI will give you the same thing as the teacher gave. No, it's not going to be the same. Different ways. There are so many ways to kill a cat. So there are so many ways to get to the solution that you need. So I feel like teachers to understand that yes, AI is there to help us.
AI does not reduce human thinking, it enhances skill. Me personally, when I'm writing my essays, I use AI to help me get more words to be able to form my essays to make it much better. Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, we're not in the 1990s anymore. The classroom has evolved. AI is not a monster, it's a machine. It is a mirror of our values and a magnifier of our potentials. It helps students to learn faster, teachers to work smarter, and schools to teach better. From personalized concepts to real-time feedback, It is a silent hero behind many of educational success. So I'm strongly for the motion that AI has really helped in the education sector. Thank you very much. And have a lovely day.
So, first of all, AI doesn't replace teachers. It's not here to replace teachers, but it's here to support and assist teachers in areas such as automated grading, real-time insights into the students' progress, as in their schoolwork, like tests and other things like that, and personalized learning. And with the assistance of AI, it frees teachers to focus on mentoring and student engagement, which is the human side of education. So, yeah, that's the first point, that AI is not here to replace teachers, but to assist them. And the second point is the point they made on emotional detachment. Sorry, it is over-reliance and over-dependency. So, AI does not replace human thinking. And they made a point that AI just gives sections on, like when someone searches for something, it just gives them like little points as answers, and that reduces their critical thinking. But this is not fully true, because instead of them just getting like plain answers, they use the little answers to brainstorm, just like my co-debater said. So they brainstorm with the little answers and improve their cognitive skills, unlike what they said. Yeah, that's basically my point.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
So basically, it doesn't only breed laziness in students, but also teachers, because most teachers use AI to set questions and pick up notes. So basically, in a subject like literature, the teacher has to critically analyze the text that the students are basically reading, but the teacher doesn't critically analyze it and just picks up the points from AI and then puts it on the slide. And when the teacher reads the slide, the teacher has no idea of what they are saying, but they are still reading it. And it promotes laziness in the sense that teachers don't work hard to set the questions, and they just pick the questions up from AI instead of critically analyzing the questions from their head. Thank you.
Okay.
Like one of our fellow campmates said, they would prefer AI tutoring them than a teacher. That is actually wrong, because if AI tutors me and it doesn't get frustrated with me, I will be asleep in 10 minutes. But if it's my teacher who is standing in front of me, I would never sleep. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So, as my opponent said, they said that they use AI to write their essays or get some essays. Meanwhile, in some other schools, we use our brains to write essays or use it to, because it helps us come up with more words, and it also helps us to go further beyond critical thinking, because when we use AIs, we don't rely on our brains. When we use AI, it doesn't help us. It just uses more words from other people to input it in our essays. So, but when we use our brains, we use our own words, which describes us, which describes how we feel and how we write. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Before I start the summit, I've just come to talk about 2 points. One of the points, Senam said that AI doesn't have emotions and it's able to deal with like students that have problems and stuff. But in real life, we're dealing with human beings here, guys. We all have emotions. If you use AI to do everything, it will reflect on how you talk to people. You don't know how to speak to people. Like, you always be messing up. The other point, the guy said that when you use AI, sorry, Parker said that when you use AI, it gives you different ways of solving things. Now let's come back. Let's go to the primary level, like JHS. JHS, we all write BC. BC has a marking scheme. The marking scheme, that's what the teacher teaches. That's how they teach us how to solve the problems. If you go and use AI and teach you a different way to solve the problem, I write your BC, they'll mark you wrong. But they don't know how to. What have we done? They don't know how to. They don't know how to, what do you call it? They don't know the formula. If they've given them a strict marking scheme, they're going to do something else. It won't work. So to conclude, we're not against the fact that AI has improved the aspects of education. Rather, we're on the point that AI is extremely harmful. Although the debate can go on and on and on, it could be better for us to find solutions to these disadvantages than to focus only on the positive aspects of AI. Yeah.
First of all, I want to congratulate you all for taking active part in this exercise, and I must confess that you've gone beyond my expectations, especially my exercise of letting you speak in front of your colleagues to see how you gradually become good speakers and build your confidence level. In as much as it was a debate, it was also an avenue for us to practice on our public speech, and I commend you all. Can you clap for yourself?
The speakers organized their thoughts. I scored based on the flow of ideas, based on the facts that they came up with, and also based on their confidence and their eloquence. And I must say that the scores were very close, just a difference of 3 points out of 200. Just a difference of 3 points is what is going to distinguish between those that won and those that came as runner-up. So, group 1, out of 200 points, you scored 164. Group 2, out of 200 points, you scored 161. So that makes Group 1 our winner for today. Give them a round of applause.